The power of prayer to flourish is our year of flourishing. You can talk about it, you can confess it, you can wish it, but there are requirements, there are prerequisites, there are conditions that are attached to a flourishing life. And my brothers and sisters, prayer cannot be underestimated in the life that must flourish. Prayer is being in the presence of God. Prayer is simply having a communion or a communication or talking with God. Prayer is what brings God into the scene. Prayer is what brings God into the situation. You are doing nothing about your life until you start praying about your life. You are doing nothing about your situation until you start praying about your situation. You are doing nothing about your church until you start praying for the church. You are doing nothing about the leaders until you start praying for the leaders. Prayer is the lifeline of a believer. Oh, how I wish that we should not pray and things happen. But God made it in a way that without prayer, God is powerless. Without prayer, God cannot do anything. Without prayer, God cannot intervene. Without prayer, God cannot do. The Bible says in the book of 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14, it said, if my people, not the unbelievers, but my people who are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray. So prayer is an act of humility. Prayer means I depend, I rely, and I lean on God. Prayer means I am not independent, but I am dependent on God. When you don't pray, you are proud. When you don't pray, you think that God can do it anyway. When you don't pray, you are saying that I give my destiny and my life at the mercy of luck and wish and the devil. But today, I came with a mantle of prayer. I tell you to pray. If you will pray, things will change. If you will pray, demons will leave. If you will pray, conditions will turn around. Prayer will break the hands of the enemy. Prayer will make the rain to fall. Israel was in Egypt for 430 years. God did not do anything. But the Bible says when they were afflicted, they cried unto God, and God came down in the form of Moses. There was no deliverance until there was prayer. There was no Samuel until there was prayer. And now, as long as she was complaining and murmuring and looking at Penina, God did not open her womb. But 1 year, she decided to change her attitude. She entered Shiloh and said, I've been coming to Shiloh every year to look at people. But this year, I am going to pray. Look at somebody, say you need to pray. If you don't pray, nothing will happen. Stop wishing, stop complaining, stop murmuring, stop looking for fault, and start praying.